Shalom and welcome to this week's Hebrew class. And today we will be doing Yehuchanan John 11 verses 39 to 43. So let us now begin. And again we have the Nikud vowel markings and the useful resources and how to apply the vowels. And let us begin. And as we can see, 39 is represented by a lamed, value of 30, and a tet, value of 9, the ninth letter of the alphabet. And then we go through the letters. Vav, Yod, Aleph, Mem, Resh, Yod, Hey, Vav, Shin, Ayin, Sin, because the dot's on that side, Aleph, Vav, it's an U sound, Aleph, Tav, Hey, Aleph, Vayet, because there's no dot in there, and a nun sofit, nun at the end of the word, Mem, Ayin, Lamed, Yod, Hey, Vav, Tav, Aleph, Mem, Resh, Aleph, Lamed, Yod, Vav. Now let us read it. Va-yo-mer. Because there's no pronoun, then it's he, and he said, Yehoshua, that's the one speaking, or Yehusha. Se'u, you lift. Now, why do we say you lift? Well, we look down here. Nasa as a kal verb means to carry, to deliver, like a speech, to bear, to lift. So it's got to do with that. Pick up, right? Et grammar marker ha-even, which even means the stone. Me'alei ha. Me'aleha, from, upon it, or from over it, from on it. And we look down here, it says ha. That's the suffix we're talking about there. With a ha suffix, the vowel is after the letter except where the vowel is this particular one, where we have a vowel with the chet, where it is ach, therefore before the letter. And then we have the next word, va-tomer. And she said, it's feminine because of the tav, right? Elev, meaning to him. She said to him. Yeshua said, remove the stone from it. That's the cave, right? She said to him. Right, now let's read it without any help. Vayomer Yahushua Se'u et ha'even me'aleha vatomer elev. And 39b, we've got a mem, a resh, a tav, and a aleph, Chet, Vav, Tav, Hey, Mem, Tav, Aleph, Dalet, Nun, Yod, Hey, Nun, Hey, Kaf, Vayet, Resh, Bayet, Aleph, Shin, Kaf, Yod, Aleph, Resh, Bayet, Ayin, Hey. Now let's read it. Marta, Martha, right? Achot. Achot means the sister. Ha-met, meaning the dead or of the dead. Adoni, my master. Hine, behold. Kevar, meaning already. Ba'ash, putrefying. Now if you look down here, ba'ash is a kal verb to rot, to purify. Ki, for, arba'ah. Arba'ah. Arba means four, right? For four. She said to him, Martha, the sister of the deceased, my master, behold, already he smells for four. Right, now we'll look at that. We'll read that first. Marta, achot, hamet, adoni, hine, kevar, ba'ash, ki, arba'ah. And now part C. We got a yod, mem, mem. Mem sofit, of course, because at the end. Lamed and vav. But of course it's an O sound rather than a vav sound. And it is yamim. Lo. And yamim means days, that's the plural of yom. And lo can mean for him. Sometimes they just say him, but it means for or to him. For 4 days he has been dead. That's just explaining it. And then we just quickly read it. Yamim lo. And then we turn to 40, which is a mem, which is the letter that gives us a value of 40. And then we have vav, yod, aleph, mem, resh, aleph, lamed, yod, hey, vav, shin, ayin, hey, lamed, aleph, mem, resh, tav, yod, lamed, kaf, sofit, kaf, yod, aleph, mem, tav, aleph, mem, yod, nun, yod. Right. Trying to do it a bit quicker. Vayomer, and he said, Eleha, unto her. The ha is feminine, so it's her. Yahushua, that's the one speaking. Ha lo, did not, because the hey is a questioning hey. And then we have amarti, I say. The T at the end means I say, and amar means to say. Lak, meaning to you. So the lamed is to, and the kaf sofit is you, to you. Ki, that, because ki can be that or for. Im, meaning if, and then ta'amini. Well, what we find here is often we'll see he'amini, which means to believe, but the he's dropped off. If we look down here, he'amin is the verb to believe, the hey dropped, and the tav is second person future tense. And it's also like a feminine as well. If you believe me. But it's generally meaning second person, right? If you believe me. And the ni is like me at the end. Yeshua said to her, did I not tell you that if you believe? So now let's read that. Vayomer eleha Yahushua halo amarti lak ki im ta'amini. Right, and 40b we got a tav chet, Zion, yod, aleph, tav, kaf, veit, vav, dalet, hey, aleph, lamed, hey, yod, memsavit. And we get techazi, you will see. If we look down here, chaza is a kal verb to look at, to watch, to anticipate. And then it is et grammar marker kavod. Kavod, we should know, means esteem or glory, right? Ha Elohim, of the Elohim, in context. If you believe, ye shall behold the glory of the Elohim. And reading it, Te'azi et kevod ha Elohim. And now 41, we have a mem and an aleph. The mem is 40, the aleph is 1. And then we have a vav, yod, sin, because the dot's there, aleph, vav, aleph, tav, hey, aleph, veit, nun sofit, aleph, shin, resh, hey, mem, tav, hey, vav, sin, mem sofit, shin, mem sofit, vav, yod, hey, vav, shin, ayin, nun, sin, aleph. Now let's read it. Va yisu, and they lifted. And where do we get that? From the word nasa, where the nun is dropped off, but it's the kal verb to carry, to lift, to bear, to endure even. So, and they lifted. Et, grammar marker, ha-even, the stone, as before. A shear where, a shear can be where, that which. Ha-met, meaning the dead. Who some was put, because down here, who some is a verb to be placed, to be put. Was put, sham, there. The Yahushua and Yahusha, nasa. Nasa, lifted. Again, nasa means to lift. And therefore it's, they removed the stone where the deceased was placed there. And Yeshua lifted. So let's read that again. Vayis'u et ha-even asher ha-met hu sam sham v'Yahushua nasa. And now we turn to 41b, which has an aleph, a tav, an ayin, a yod, a nun, a yod, a vav, a lamed, mem, resh, vav, mem safit, vav, yod, aleph, mem, resh, aleph, vav, dalet, kaf safit, aleph, vayet, yod, kaf, yod, ayin, nun, yod, tav, nun, yod. Now let's read it. Et, grammar marker, a naive, meaning his eyes. La marom, to the sky. Well, let's have a look. Marom is a masculine noun. It can mean heights, like the height, or the sky, or the heaven. Vayo mar, literally, and he said, or and said. Od Odka, thank you. So, down here I've actually got huda is a verb to thank, to confess, to plead. That's sort of where it comes from. Literally, we could say, if that's the case, then actually the aleph is like, I thank. I thank you. Avi, my father. Because the aleph here can be an I. Ki, that. Ani, tani, you answer me. So, ani, or an, is part of the word for to answer, right? Often we'll see it as an answered, which is, or to answer. It's ya'an. So therefore, it's ani tani means you answer me, where the tav is telling us it's a you and ni is me. Right, and therefore we get, Yeshua lifted his eyes to the heights and said, I thank you, Father, for you have answered me. Down here I've got anit is you answered, because that's a tav at the end, meaning you answer. You replied. All right, reading that. Et enaiv la marom vayomar odka avi ki ani tani. And 42 now, and it's a mem and a vet. And then we have a vav, an aleph, a nun, a yod, a dalet, an ayin, a tav, a yod, kaf, yod, tav, ayin, nun, yod, tav, mem, yod, dalet, vav, aleph, vav, lamed, mem safit, bayet, ayin, vayet, vav, resh, hey, ayin, mem safit, hey, zion. and he. So let's read it. Va'ani, and I. Yadati, I know. Because again, that I at the end. Ki, that. Ta'aneni, that you, that's the tav, answer me. And the yod is me. Tamid, tamid is always or continually. The ulam, and nevertheless, if we look down here, ulam as a conjunction means but, however, nevertheless, but not to be confused, it also as a masculine noun means a hall, a gallery, a theatre, just so we understand they have different meanings in different contexts. And then we have ba'avur, ba'avur, on behalf of, again we have the same thing here. Ba'avur, as a preposition it means on behalf of, for, or for the sake of. But avar itself, same, very similar spelling, same root. Avar as a kol verb means to pass, to cross, to go over. Just so you don't get confused. The people. On behalf of the people, they, this. I knew that you always answer me. However, on account of these people. So now let's read that. Va'ani yadati ki ta'aneni tamid ve'ulam ba'avur ha'am hazeh. Right, now the letters Aleph, Shin, Resh, Samek, Veit, Yod, Veit, Vav, Tav, Yod, Dalet, Beit, Resh, Tav, Yod, Lamed, Mem, Ayin, Nun, Safid, Yod, Aleph, Mem, Yod, Nun, Vav, Veit, Yod, Kaf, Yod, Aleph, Tav, Hey, Shin, Lamed, Chet, Tav, Nun, Yod. Now let's read it. Asher, that. We'll take it as that. Savivotai. Savivotai. Surround me. The I or the A at the end means me. The barti, I spoke or I said. Right? Because diber is to speak, and that's I. I spoke. Le ma'an, so that, for the sake of, so that. Ya'amidu, and they shall believe, or they will believe. V, in me. Again, the vet is in, and the yod is me. Ki, for. Ata, you. Shalach, tani. If we break it down, you is the tav there. Me is the ni at the end. And shalach means to send. So you sent me. These people from the previous verse who are around me, I have spoken so that they may believe in me, that you sent me. And again, I've got here, saviv. Saviv is a prep, around, surround, about. So you can see the meaning there. And now let's read it. Asher, savivotai. Dibarti lema'an ya'aminu vi ki ata shalach tani. And we have a mem for 40 and a gimel for 3. And we have a Vav, Yod, Hey, Yod, Kaf, Kaf, Lamed, Vav, Tav, Vav, Lamed, Dalet, Bayet, Resh, Vav, Yod, Kuf, Resh, Aleph, Bayet, Kuf, Vav, Lamed, Gimel, Dalet, Vav, Lamed, Lamed, Aleph, Lamed, Ayin, Zade, Resh, Zion, Resh, Kuf, Vav, Mem Safit, Zadeh, and then Aleph. And then we read it. Vehi, and it was, or it came to pass. Kalo to. Ke, meaning like, and then the O is his, and kalot, meaning finish, to finish, right? Like he's finishing, or in the normal English, when he finished. Le daber, to speak, va yikra, and called out, b'kol, in a voice, gadol, great, la el-azar, to Elazar, kum, arise, say, come out. And if it came to pass when he finished, and when it came to pass, it should be, speaking, he called out in a loud voice, Lazarus, arise, come out. And we see here, kala is a kal verb, to be finished, to be completed, and kala is a feminine noun, meaning bride or daughter-in-law, not to be confused. And yatsa is a kal verb, to go outside, to come outside, to exit, to depart. And now let us read that. Vahi ke kaloto le daber vayikra bakol gadol la Elazar kum say. And now we've come to the revision part, the end. So it's Lamed is 30 and Tet is 9. So we go Va Yomer. And he said, Yeshua, Se'u, you lift or pick up, right? Et, grammar marker, ha, even, the stone, me'aleha, from upon it, va to mer, and she said, Elev, unto him. And now the translation, and he said, Yahushua, you lift, grammar marker, the stone, from upon it, and she said to him, Marta, that's Martha, Achot, the sister, Hamet, of the dead, Adoni, my master, Hine, behold, Kvar, already, Ba'ash, putrefying, rotting, Ki, that, or for, Arba'a, for four. Right? And then Martha, the sister of the dead, my master, behold, already putrefying for 4. Yamim, days, lo, for him. And it is days for him. And then we have a mem, which is 40, and it is va yomer, and he said, Eleha, this is a feminine ending, so it's unto her. Yahushua, halo, did not, amarti, I say. Luck to you, ki, that, im, if, ta'amini, you would believe me. And he said unto her, Yahushua, did not I say to you that if you believe me, techazi, you will see et gramamaka, kavod, the esteem, ha Elohim, of the Elohim. You will see gramamaka, the esteem of the Elohim. Mem 40, Aleph 1, 41. Va Yesu, and lifted, and they lifted, because of the Vav at the end, et gramamaka, ha even, the stone, asher, that ha met, the dead, who some was put sham there, by Yahushua, and Yahushua nasa, lifted. And they lifted gramamaka, the stone where the dead was put there, and Yahushua lifted et Enaiv, his eyes, la marom, to the sky, to the heights, to the heavens. Vayomar, and he said, Od ka, I thank you. Avi, my father, ki, for, ani, tani, you answer me. Gramamaka, his eyes to the sky. It's like Annie said. And then the Aleph tells us it's I. Thank you. Avi, my father, that you answer me. Then we have a Mem Vayat, which is 42. Va'ani, and I, yadati, I know, ki, that, ta'aneni, you answer me, tamid, always, va'ulam, and nevertheless, ba'avur, on behalf of, ha'am, the people, hazeh, this. And I know that you answer me always. And nevertheless, on behalf of the people, this, asher, that, se vi votai, surround me. Dibarti, I spoke. Lema'an, so that Ya'aminu, they shall believe, vi, in me, ki, that, ata, you, shalach-tani, you sent me. That surround me, I spoke, so that they shall believe in me, for you sent me. And then finally, Mem 40, Gimel 3. Vahi, and it was, kaloto, like his finishing, or when he finished. Le daber, to speak. Va yikra, and called out. Ba kol, in a voice, gadol, great. La El-Azar, to Elazar, Kum, arise, Zay, come out, or depart. And it was like his finishing to speak, and called out in a voice great, to Elazar, arise, come out. Right, now let's just pick the bottom line and just quickly look at this. When we got a dot there, it's called a shuruk. So it has the oo sound. And when there's 3 diagonal dots, it's also very similar. Well, it's the same sound. Kibbutz. Kibbutz. This is called a Ketaf Segol because we've got a Segol here, which is an E sound. A Segol. And this is called a Chirik. Chi, that's the sound it makes. This is a Ketaf Patach, that's the sound. And this is a Ketaf Kamatz, longer A sound. Okay. We started at 39. Right, so we got to remember what they are. It's Lamed is 30. A 9 is a Tet. And then we went to 40, which was Mem. And then we had Mem Aleph, Mem Vet, and Mem Gimel. That's how we count. And just remembering these higher values, Zadeh is 90, Fe is 80. They've got Pev, but we would normally say Pei is 80, Ayin is 70, Samek is 60, and Nun is 50. And again, I've repeated the resources. And I would just like to wish you all a Shavua Tov, have a good week, and I hope all these lessons are very beneficial to you in learning your Hebrew, at least the basics of it. Thank you for joining us.